Hi everyone, I'm Autistic Ange. This is a podcast for adults who recently found out they're autistic and are looking for other autistic people like them. So what I'm about to share is, as always, super embarrassing. It makes me cringe. I questioned whether or not to share it, but I'm going to, yeah. So this episode is about, rediscovering purpose, but I also created something, which I'll tell you about, I guess in a little bit, and, I'm so embarrassed to share it, but I'll just, anyways. So as far as purpose goes, that whole thing about this is why I'm on this earth, to do this thing, and I feel called to do it. I found that at one point when I was doing, I did addictions counseling for drugs and alcohol. And I started that, I think when I was 25 or 26 is when I started doing that, because I had just gotten out of the Air Force. So, and then I went to college for 4 years. I don't know the math, but yeah, I was in my 20s when I started working in that field. And I didn't know what purpose was before then, and I had no clue about alcohol and drug use, none of that stuff. I just accidentally found myself in the field. However, it did line up with what I went to college for, which was criminal justice and psychology, because the majority of the addicts that I've worked with over the years had legal involvement of some sort. But anyways, so that's when I discovered purpose. I had such a passion for the job. I did, I did all the research I could. I guess I shouldn't say research, maybe research, I don't know. I wanted to get as good as I could at being a counselor. So I bought the books, I went to the trainings, I asked questions, I kept trying to become better and better every day. And it ended up being something that I loved doing. The pay isn't the greatest, but I was able to meet the bills. I mean, this sounds cheesy, but I was able to meet the bills with a little bit left over, and that's really all that made me happy, because that's how much I liked what I did. So, even working in toxic work environments, which was just about every place I've ever worked in, having a sense of purpose made me better able to tolerate the bullshit until I just couldn't do it anymore. But, earlier on, I don't know. It was nice to have a purpose. I can't believe I had gone that long and not felt what that was like. It was nice to have. So I guess what I'm getting at is, when I quit my last job, which was, I don't know, the math thing, 5 years ago, I don't know, something like that. When I quit it, I didn't just make that decision lightly. I mean, well, I'm not going to lie. When I decided that I was gonna quit, you guys, I think you should understand this. I was I'm gonna quit, fuck this place. And once I had reached that decision, I was it was what, 8 o'clock at night, and I looked at my wife. I'm let's just go there now and get my shit while nobody's there, and then they'll just show up tomorrow and I won't be there. Oh my God. And that job was a good 35 minutes away, and rationally, I know that's not mature. That's not the way that you leave a place. That, you don't just leave your clients high and dry. Like, so I felt bad for, like, considering doing that or wanting to, but that's, like, I think I was on the precipice of a meltdown or in the middle of one when I made that decision, or wanted to make that decision, I should say. But, I did not want to work for those people or for anybody else for the rest of my life so much that, like, I was willing to leave my, quote, purpose behind. Well, I shouldn't say quote. That was what I felt my purpose was. Like, lots of stuff over the years just had been building up. The toxicity in all these fucking work environments, you can only be exposed to so much before you blow and you realize, like, your masking isn't really working that much anymore. Like, people are thinking, like, I don't want to say crazy, but, like, when you get to the point where it's harder to mask and so, like, you just kind of naturally stop doing it sometimes. And people look at you like you're from another planet, like, whoa, where did this come from? Like, you're not usually like this. But anyways, so when I quit, I had decided I had to quit the field because you have to work for other people. Like, all I have is a bachelor's, so it's not like I can go and open up my own practice or anything like that. And thinking about it further, like, I don't want to go back to school. I don't want to go to graduate school or do any of that, which I feel bad for saying because, like, I did feel like that was my purpose, but I'm not willing to go back to school to get the credentials I need to open my own practice or whatever you call it, clinic. So yeah, I feel bad for saying that, but at the same time, like, I can't go back and do the whole school thing again. I can't keep working for other people. Like, I was so fucking broken when I quit. And so I felt fortunate that I was able to come up with a way to support myself, well, us, contribute to the bills and stuff like that when I stumbled across proofreading and copy editing. And once I taught myself, like, that whole process and how to get clients and stuff, I thought things like, wow, like, I can make these books better for people. And I'm really good at it. And after a couple of years, it gets kind of like, I don't want to say old because I still really enjoy editing and proofreading. It's not my purpose. And once I realized that, I was like, oh no, like, what am I supposed to do about that? Because I can't, like, I don't know. I'm not creative. I guess I shouldn't say that. I'm in my head all the time. I think all these different things. All the time I'm thinking about crazy shit that, like, I know ordinary people don't think about. Like, my head is so fucking nuts, but it's fun. I'm never bored. I entertain myself all the time. I think of all the things. So I don't know why it took me so long to rediscover purpose. I just guess I kind of accepted for a few years that this is kind of how things are going. This is what you have to accept, working for yourself. And so I thought that was kind of it. And then looking back at the beginning of the first half of this year when my wife and I were having really serious problems in our marriage, I don't know if, like, maybe feeling like I don't have a purpose contributed to, like, my role in any way. I mean, it probably did in some ways. But the more time that went on, when I didn't feel I had an actual purpose, it didn't feel good. Because, like, once you find it and then you don't have it, I don't know if anybody's ever experienced that. I would like to think that people have, but I don't know. But once you have it and then you don't have it, It's so shitty. Because the fun of working for myself, I still enjoy it. Like, I got up at 11:30 today. Like, I have no alarm. I don't have work obligations like you would if you worked for other people. Like, I am super grateful that I have the ability to earn income by working for myself, but it doesn't feel as fulfilling as I thought it would be. So I guess then what happened, I'm just going to be completely honest here. This past couple of months, work dried up for me. I still work on Upwork. If you hear anything, my cat's throwing up. Can't do anything about that right now. That's gross. Anyways, sorry. Upwork, yeah. So that's where all my clients are. And a few months back, I had paid somebody to create a website for me, which I still plan on figuring out somehow how to promote. I don't know, because like the website was going to be the thing that got me away from Upwork, because Upwork takes a fee, and that's understandable. You're on their platform. They're providing you with all these people that you can get work from, and they're going to take a percentage of what like you're owed from those people, you know what I mean? And like, I'm fine with it, but like, I'm also not fine with it because like I could have that extra money. So I went and I had this website created, but like, you know, marketing, I don't know how to do that. And so like, I just kind of shelved it. I spent all this money for this website. Then I just kind of was like, well, like I'll go back to that. Because like on Upwork, my work was drying up. I don't think it's because it's like the holidays, because I haven't had this issue around the holidays. If anything, like I make more money because people want to sell books and stuff. And they need editors like crazy. So, but yeah, the last couple of months I've worked on, so embarrassing, 2 books. And in order to meet my bills, I have to have worked on at least like 5 or 6 within a 2-week period. I mean, I always aim for way more. I can get 5 or 6 done in a week, but you know, that was what I needed. And so that it just dried up. I was like applying to all these different projects. All of a sudden, I wasn't getting these jobs. I felt like I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I looked at my profile. Did somebody give me bad feedback? No, that's not it. So why am I not getting work anymore? Like, why are my regulars, where'd they go? Are they on holiday or something? So it freaked me out because for any of you that freelance, you know, in the early stages, I don't know if this is still early. This is like several years in, so probably not, but it takes a while to get used to this way of living, because still it's like every day you don't know what to expect. You don't know if it's feast or famine. You know, like you don't know if you're getting a whole bunch of work or if you're just getting nothing. And I've been in a famine for like 2 months. Excuse me. So good thing we have savings, because like we have like our savings pretty decent. So like there's been really no issue. And my wife makes decent money, but like that can't carry us forever. And I felt like, wow, like I feel like a piece of crap for not contributing financially. This has been really messing with me. It's just been really fucking me up. Like, I hate feeling stuck. I've tried everything I could to get work, and I just couldn't do it. Like, it went away. So then I was like, I can't keep, am I getting too complacent? Is the universe trying to tell me something? Do I need to pivot? And so, like, I went back and I read this guy's book. His name is Jeffrey Shaw. I think I had mentioned way back that like he has good suggestions for like routines and stuff, like making lists on what's going right and stuff like that. That's where I got that idea from, for anybody who listened to that episode. So I went back and I read his book because it's about freelancing. It's about like, how to make more money. And I was desperate, so I pulled it back off the bookshelf and I read it. And I realized, wow, like I don't have more than one way to make money. Because his suggestion is like, okay, like you need to have A, B, C, and D when you're working for yourself so that if B dries up, you still have A, C, D, and E. You know what I mean? And I realized, oh, that's what's going on. Like I only have the one way. And I don't have any other way. And the one way has dried up. So then I was like, well, I don't know what else I have to offer people. Like it took a lot to teach myself how to get a business going and all that. I don't know what I can offer people. And that had been plaguing me, but I knew I had to figure it out. Like I had to figure out what is this other like source of income going to be, because it's not going to be working for somebody else. I'll tell you that much. I feel a dry mouth. Hold on. Oh, sorry about that. But, so it popped into my head. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I moved the phone away when I did that, but I just got up and the phlegmy thing, I'm really sorry, but I had to like record this now because I have so much stuff to do today. But anyways, and also before I talk to myself out of recording this, because like I really debated about it. But anyways, so here's where I'm getting to. It popped into my head to start writing books about being autistic. And here's imposter syndrome, but I feel like everybody uses that term, imposter syndrome, but it's like, who am I to sit here and write about being autistic? But like, I needed to come up with a different way to make money because I felt like maybe that's what the universe was trying to tell me. Like, that's why they made my work dry up. I don't know. But you know what I mean? So this popped into my head. And then I thought about it and I was like, like I don't have the ability to write a book. Like, like if it's fake, I definitely won't do that because I cannot sit there and come up with like fake stories and shit like that. Like my mind I can't do that. But if I'm writing about myself, that's easy. Like I don't have to make anything up. That just comes naturally. Like, I don't know, naturally, I don't know. Sorry, communication fucking sucks. I just got up. I shouldn't have recorded. But anyways, it's too late. I'm already 18 minutes in and I'm going to just keep going. But so to write a book, I thought about the process, because like these authors, they put a lot of work into it. The ones that don't self-publish and stuff. Well, even the ones that do, I don't know. I should start this over. To write a book takes a lot of work. I don't have the ability to do that. Like my mind, I'm just thinking about it right now. My mind is like going blank. Like I can't imagine like, okay, I'm going to sit down and write like 1,000 words every day for how many weeks until I get everything I need out. And then, like, what if I'm, like, halfway through this, like, regular-sized book, and I don't remember if I said something, and then I have to go back and, like, reread or search, or because my short-term memory just sucks, and it just didn't seem like something I could do. So I came up with this idea to do what my autistic mind will allow me to do, which is to write, like monthly, oh God, I'm just going to say it. I wrote something, and I put it on Amazon. I said it. Sorry, I didn't want to be that person. Don't worry, I'm not going to start coming on these episodes like, go buy my book, hit subscribe, do this. No, like, I'm not going to be that. That's not what the purpose of this podcast is to get people to buy shit. That's not what the purpose is. But I wanted to just mention it because I need to like process through this somehow. So what happened was, oh God, this is embarrassing. It's not a book. I'm calling these public journals because my idea is to write one of these a month and focus on one specific aspect of autism as I experience it. Because I was thinking, like, and this is like coming around to the purpose thing. The thing I craved the most when I first found out that I'm autistic is like, I was like, holy shit, that means that there's people like me out there. I need to go find them. And I thought it was going to be an easy process because, you know, like once that clicks in your head that like you're not alone, like there are so many people like you just need to find them. You go and you expect to find them. And then like I came up short. Like I really had to go looking. Dry mouth. Cold coffee doesn't really help that much, but that's all that's near me. What was I saying? Sorry, guys. I don't know. Oh, yes, now I remember. Do I? It went away again. Oh, wait, no, it's back. There it is. Wait, do I have it? Yes, okay, there it is. I'm so sorry. This is crazy, but this is how my mind works. Anyways, so yes, so I could not find very many people like me. That was super disappointing. I mean, again, I could just be a really crappy researcher when it comes to some things, but like I researched the hell out of everything and like I kept looking for books and like podcasts and I did find them. I just couldn't find like they weren't easy to come by. I had to really do like my homework. And what I just really wanted was to hear another human being say the things that I've always thought, and then some of them maybe I've said out loud that other people have deemed as weird. I just want to hear these things said by somebody else. I want to know that like I'm not some fucking weirdo that people throughout my life have made me feel like. And so I had this idea to do what, like I think I already said it, I'm calling them public journals because a journal is meant to be private. It's where you write down the things that you don't want anybody else knowing, or, you know, like your thoughts and your feelings and like, you know, helps you process through stuff. So I figured if I write it like in a journal type format, but I call it like a public journal, it is kind of what it feels like to me. It feels like it's taking a journal that's meant to be private and making it public for everybody to read. And so this first journal, it's just a short intro journal. It's only 99 cents if you want to check it out. Oh, I hate that I just said that. I'm sorry. It really is. It's a short intro journal because I can only say so much about like what my plan is. And, you know, I talked a little about myself. I don't know. Anyways, I can't believe I said that out loud. But like I said, it's short. The ones that are going to follow are going to come on a monthly basis. They're going to be like way longer, but I don't feel like they're going to be book size because my brain can't make a book. So, but it can make, like something half that size. And if I focus on just one topic a month, that's all I have to think about, and I can write every single thing that I can think about that I've experienced regarding that topic, and then I can put it out there because my hope is that there's other people out there that will stumble across these and read my weird shit and be like, oh my God, like I think that way and feel that way too. Does that make sense? Like, I know I'm not the only one doing stuff, like putting stuff out there. I know there's like lots of other people doing that. I don't feel called to like write like a memoir, because fuck that. Who the fuck wants that? Like, I'm not famous. I don't feel called to do that. I don't feel called to like get awareness out there about what autism actually is, because there are people doing that. There's many people doing that. So I felt more pulled to, I'm doing the thing that I wish somebody else would have done, and maybe they have done it. I don't know. To be quite honest, when I came up with this idea of doing like a monthly journal, I thought, like, there's no way I can be the only one that thought this up. And then I've gotten too scared to go look, because I'm afraid that, like, what if I find other people are doing these, and then it's just going to look like I'm copying them. And then, like, what if they're out there right now, and, like, whoever's listening to this is like, she's just saying that because she did copy it. And, like, I didn't even look, because I was afraid if I found somebody else that was doing something like this, then I wouldn't do it. Or I would just scrap the idea of putting anything out there. Oh God, does that, any of that make sense? I don't know. But, I couldn't find these things, and I would have loved to have stumbled across something like this and opened it and started reading somebody else's exact thoughts, like about themselves, you know, where all of the sentences on all of the pages are about their perspective, their experiences, their viewpoints, like, to echo the shit that's been in my head that I've been made to feel is just stupid. Like, why do you think that way? Like, why do you believe that? Why do you do that thing? And so when I found that in one of the podcasts I initially came across, that, like I had mentioned before, that feeling was so life-changing. To hear that exact thing said out loud by somebody else, it was so life-changing for me. And that sounds cheesy, even saying that. But that's how I felt. And so I thought I would give this a try, because I am very certain that there are people like me out there that would read this kind of stuff. And, you know, like, it seems very narcissistic to do in some ways, because this whole thing is about me. And, but, I don't know how to explain things properly. I just want people to be able to connect. I want people to be able to, like, see, like, oh my God, like, look, that thought isn't just me. Like, somebody else thinks that same thing. I want this to be more of a personalized thing. That's why I call it like a public journal. Like, it's a conversation style writing. It's nothing academic. It's not like a lot of the stuff that's out there. It's just like all of my personal stuff I'm just exposing to the world, hoping that, like, it helps in some way. And also because I do need an additional source of income. So, I'm going to try doing this. And, you know, like, here's something else that's embarrassing, but I think some of you might be able to relate. Have you ever stumbled across something that, like, well, I guess that ends up becoming your special interest, and all you want to do is that thing? Yeah, what am I talking about? You guys know what I mean. So, like, once I decided that I was going to do this, I was like, oh my God, like, yes, this is my purpose. This is what I'm going to do, because people will be able to relate, hopefully, and, you know, like, somebody will read this and be like, oh my God, and they'll have the feeling that I did. Or maybe I'll be like the third thing that somebody comes across, you know, and just, I don't know. But what was I saying? I need some coffee. I feel like you guys might think I'm crazy. It's too late. I'm already almost a half hour in. I have to publish this. So what I ended up doing was I was going to, like, copy the link to the journal and put it in, like, the show description, but the link was so long, and I don't know how to shorten that stuff up, or I don't know, like, it seems like it was a long thing to paste into, like, a description about a podcast. So I just wrote something on there. If you want to go look for Autistic Ange on Amazon and check it out. I'm going to be writing a decent sized journal every month, focusing, like I said, on one aspect, because I will be able to dissect that, break it down, and hopefully people will be able to relate, like I said. So if you don't want to check it out, don't. That's okay. Because, like, I mean, it's 99 cents, but, like, you're not getting, like, oh, God, I'm going to talk myself out of this. What am I doing? I feel like, who am I to sit here and do these things? But, like, I know that they're going to be helpful. I know they are. So if the intro journal is up your alley, leave a comment, maybe. A review, I mean, like, maybe, please. And then just know that future ones will be worth your money. They'll be so much longer. But I had to get this intro one out because, like, if I don't put something out there, I'm not going to do it, if that makes sense. And also, I realized doing the whole, like, self-publishing thing on Amazon, you don't even see any money for, like, 2 months, and that's if people are buying your shit. So I'm like, well, guess I have to, like, poop more books out. But what I was getting at earlier was, like, now I just, like, I'm sitting down and, like, let me just shit these books out or these journals out, like, because I feel like that's what I'm focused on. That's what I want to do right now. And, like, I feel like I'm being a little obsessive about it. But I also know that I've rediscovered, like, a purpose, like an actual purpose. And, I think, like, purpose in general, when people are like, what's your purpose on this earth? Like, what do you think you were put here to do? Like, purpose is about helping other people, isn't it? Like, what is a purpose if it's not to help others? Then what's the point? So I'm going to do these public journals, even though I think that term sounds kind of cheesy. I'm going to do them every month, and I'm going to put them out there, and I know people will be able to relate. And that's it. So I feel really happy. I feel inspired again. I'm still doing editing because, oh, by the way, as soon as I put that, this sounds kind of like weird to say too, but as soon as I published the book, like, I got a whole bunch of jobs again. I got people like, hey, work on my book. So I was thinking, like, was this like kind of the universe's way of saying, like, hey, you've been too complacent with what you've been doing, so we're going to take it away and have you freak out for a little bit until you figure something else out that will make you feel like you have a purpose again. And I don't know. And then you figure it out, and then you start on that, and then we'll give you work again. I don't know. I feel like now I don't know what I'm talking about. I really feel the need to, like, end this because I feel embarrassed that I even just suggested that you guys go look at this on Amazon. I have a lot of anxiety right now. You don't have to go look at anything you don't want to. You can just not go look. That's fine. But you could if you wanted to. Anyways, oh my God, I gotta go. I have got to go. If you're still here, why? I don't know. I'm forgetting how to talk. Okay, this was just me recording to an app on my phone. Blah, blah, blah. Thanks for listening. Bye.